It only got interesting when those 3 psycho bitches showed up and set fire to everything. We got some fights with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
A volcano blew up, and then Hot Guy turned out to be Sauron. Fucking finally. Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick, that's John. Join us as we grab life by the balrogs and talk about the Lord of the Rings finale. Balrogs? Balrogs. Balrogs. Grabbing life by the balrogs.
I'm not sure if mine would have been better, so I'll let it slide.
You did not prepare one, so we're grabbing life by the balrogs and talking about the Lord of the Rings finale.
I was sure you were gonna make some kind of Rings reference, like
we did the bottoms last time, and I was like, Lord of the Cock Rings. I think that's a little bit in your face, and we can save that for the films when we talk about the films.
Because in the cock rings of power.
The 2-towered Eiffel Towered.
Are we talking about the films? Or
No, we're saving that for when we actually have someone who can help us with that. Yes, so we're talking about the finale of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Bombs.
Yes. So yeah, if you haven't listened, if you haven't watched those TV shows, and you want to, stop now because you should go see that. And when you finish, we'll see you again in like 4 years because it'll take you.
It will take you forever to do it.
Or if you don't care, then keep listening. But we will be talking about spoilery things from the last episode.
Yeah, my spoilers will be fairly minor because I can't remember anyone's names or who they actually are.
I'll help you.
So I'll be like, that guy did that.
Yep.
From the thing.
Yep.
That's mainly how I
know most of the characters.
Processed it. Okay, cool. So starting with the finale or the whole series.
Talk about the finale first. Overall,
in terms of crap to perfect.
on a scale of
Game of Thrones finale,
best thing ever, and the Lost finale.
What's that crap? The Lost
Have you ever
finale.
Seen it? People
I've seen the finale, but I didn't watch the show. So
people shit on it. Okay, let's use Game of Thrones benchmark then.
Versus, what's the best finale you've ever seen?
I don't know.
Futurama was pretty good, but Buffy was pretty good.
Buffy was a good one.
It was really good.
She had 2 finales. Season 5 was supposed to be the
finale. We'll come back to that. Maybe we'll do an episode on that. What do you think about it?
Well, finales in general.
Yeah.
Yes. Good idea. That's gonna take a lot of. Yeah, we'll plan it.
We'd have to actually work for that. You'd have to actually do some prep work for a change.
I do prep work when I can.
So what did you think of the finale?
No, you go first.
Okay.
I
was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
By the finale, because I don't know if I've been saying this on the show or just to people in person. The series has been so fucking boring. So boring. I have struggled to get through it. But I kind of enjoyed the final episode.
Okay.
I don't think it was good enough to warrant 7 hours of whatever the fuck.
What lead up to
a half decent episode.
Yeah. I
don't think that's enough for the series to have spent 8-9 hours to get a half decent one episode, and the rest were. But that's me.
Sure, fine, yeah, good.
Do you have something more succinct to say then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I liked it. I don't know how much you knew about the story beforehand, but I was trying so hard not to like spoil myself and not to watch like. And I'm doing the same with the Game of Thrones show, which we will talk about next week.
Okay.
But like trying not to look ahead about what happens, and I feel a bit let down because I know this character and I recognize that name, so I know what happens to them eventually, kind of thing. And
I know Galadriel,
Elrond.
I didn't even know that was him for ages. So many episodes, I had no idea. That's like, what's his face? Oh.
Well, there's a few of them that Hugo Weaving in the films. So it's like Elrond, who I didn't realize is actually half elf. He's only half elf. Like his mother was a
bird thing. She
thing.
became a bird spirit. She jumped into an ocean. YouTube shows me stuff now. YouTube shows me things.
Okay.
Some sort of bird.
And yeah, what else?
Sorry, I've ruined your train of thought.
Yeah, and I was thinking about characters who we might see. Okay, so talking about the finale, I thought it was really good. I thought the finale was a good wrap up. I think thinking about the finale as a whole, it's revealing some things that we were kind of expecting, and also it kind of took things different ways, but it didn't sort of wait until the end. Like, it was a sort of wrap up on this story that took a season to tell for most characters. A few unresolved threads, but mostly good. Yes, Nicholas.
Typically, thank you, Nick Baker, New York Times. I typically don't like when shows that are, or films that are like prequels or spin-offs of that, when they rely or lean on too heavily on the original material.
Yeah.
So Star Wars, when everything is a reference, it's like,
yeah,
he comes back. I've forgotten everyone's names. I've literally forgotten everyone's name.
Darth Vader, Luke's, Leia,
Count Lando. Like, everyone comes back at some point, and it's just this, and they're on the same planet, and it's just this constant references to the original films without actually
there
growing the story. It's not even fan service. It's just naff. So I don't like when they reference too much of it. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't even like when they said A Song of Ice and Fire in House of the Dragon. I'm like, shut up, shut up. We know it's in the same world. So at first I was like, good, let's tell a different story.
Yeah.
But that story was boring, and the only interesting part was when they're like, the Southlands are Mordor.
Yeah.
And turns out this guy, Sauron, not this guy. It was like, fucking finally. Let's get going. So it was a bit of a U-turn from what I normally like.
Okay.
Maybe, again, because either I don't have the patience for the world building. Because if you did the full Tolkien world building, this is going to take forever.
Yeah. And the people who are nerds about the world building, like, you can appease them by just showing them a map once in a while. Like, this is the route that they're taking.
You can do
and they'll know.
You can do world building, but you have to do it with good stories going on at the same time. Mm-hmm. I swear to God, what the fuck was the whole thing? There's a village and a kid with a bad haircut who has a mum, and they fought, and then they defended it, and it was over, and they've gone. Who the hell cares? What was the fucking point of that entire storyline? Nothing. Like, they fight, they win, and then the queen shows up, and then there's that, and this guy's here, and then someone sets up a volcano and kills them all anyway, and it was pointless. It wasn't the same enemy. Like, they're all, I can't believe you brought us to these lands, and I'm so angry with you. It's like, a volcano blew up. It's got nothing to do with the same, as far as they know.
Yeah.
The same people they were fighting. It's not like they showed up to fight an enemy and they ended up having 10 times too many and it slaughtered them.
Yeah.
It's like,
Wasn't
they fought, fault. They won, and then a volcano blew up and threw it. It had no connection or heart. It was just, what a fucking mess. Do you care about any of those, like, dirt farming villagers that they fought to save and then they were wiped out by a volcano?
No.
No is the answer.
No.
Is the answer. When he found, like, oh, my friend's dead. Oh, who the fuck
No, but
cares?
that one was
he was a sailor, whatever. It's his little
he was
mate.
from
blah blah blah. You know what? Whatever. Like, who the hell cares? And who the flying fuck gives a fuck about the half-foot bumpkin Irish shit things? It's like, oh, sing us a travelling song as we travel on our ways and the thing. Jesus Christ. It only got interesting when those 3 psycho bitches showed up and set fire to everything. We got some fights with a stick. Mm-hmm. A volcano blew up, and then Hawkeye turned out to be Sauron. Fucking finally.
It's basically like the synopsis of the whole season.
Yeah.
A la Nick. A la Nick Baker Geek.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, I get it.
That was my rant.
Yeah, that was quite a rant.
Well, I don't know anything else. I can't remember anyone else's name.
Surprised.
But I enjoyed it, like, the thing with the revealed, like, we all... You knew he was going to be Sauron, and then they called the other guy Sauron, and like, no. I'm going to keep going. It was quite satisfying when it was Sauron, because I didn't know his other name. I'm sure people who'd read it knew that Sauron went by other names,
Yeah.
and they would have recognized it.
Yeah. And that makes sense. They had to sort of change the name. Otherwise, if he came up saying, "Hey, hi, I'm Anatar," then they're going to be like, "That's Sauron."
It's like, exactly. But then, like, the mind fight was like, cool, he's doing something. Let's get some magic. Let's get some stakes.
Yeah.
Let's get this going. Fucking finally.
The magic was probably one of the best parts for me, which is I still think it's missing in the Game of Thrones show.
Oh, I 100% disagree. I love the fact they never talk about it.
Oh, what's the magic?
It's just so... Have you seen the new one?
What, the one today?
Yes.
Well, no, I haven't.
Oh, I work really hard during the day as well.
From home. No, I have an office job that's 9 days a week. That's 9 to 5.
That's unfortunate for you. Anyway.
And then I come here to record with you. Anyway, you're welcome.
Come here to your living room.
Yes, I come here and do nothing else but focus on you.
Okay. So
yes, so...
I feel it was finally getting started. At the finale.
Yeah. So the finale was like because I didn't mind most of the season. I thought the ending was a really good wrap up to all the things. And as soon as he comes into that forge room, I'm like, oh fuck, is it him? It's him.
Yeah.
This is how they're gonna do it.
But it's good. Yeah, it was.
And I was like, but the thing is, I was a bit like, I was watching throughout the season. I'm like, okay, I'm still processing. It makes me reevaluate everything he's done, because it's subverting this idea of Sauron is evil. You know, like good guys with bad guys. Because the bad guys are like the orcs, which I kind of get bored with. Because obviously, yes, orcs fighting the humans from the Southlands, whatever. And it's not as easily straightforward as like even the films are, where there's a clear evil force that you're fighting, the heroes are fighting against. And if we have to sort of look at Sauron as a character, that's a good thing, and I wasn't really ready for that.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm still trying to like process, like, hang on, wasn't he like hurt and he was actually did some good things? And I'm like, hang on, what about that time that he did this? And you know, he was gonna kill Adar, but he didn't. But did he really want to, or was that like how much of it was just like a ruse that he was putting on?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then someone pointed out that he actually never really lied about, you know, who he was. He just kind of
he said,
went along with
I've
it.
done bad things.
I've done bad things.
And
yeah, so like when they do that little mind fight, and he's like, I told you that, you know, you said that the past doesn't matter, because obviously when we're watching it, we're thinking that she's talking about herself, you know, and like, oh, what's the worst he could have done? He's probably just some sailor who's, you know,
a thief or whatever.
a brigand. Yeah, that was really clever, and I watched the finale finally last night, so it's still kind of fresh, and I haven't sort of thought about the season as a whole in that about his character, but I do remember at times feeling like, fuck, has this show been on for an hour already? You know, so there are definitely moments where it does kind of lag. Yeah.
What was any good bit apart that wasn't in the finale? Any fun thing that happened in the show?
I think when I hate that kid with the sword, but when he sort of uses it and it creates like a sword because he bleeds himself and he uses it to kill the orc, I thought that was a cool moment. That was great. Got to see a bit more, you know. It didn't really corrupt him like I thought it was gonna. That crazy old guy who says, "Ooh, it's about Sauron. I know what you're like, little kid. You have the mark on you too." Or whatever he says.
Yeah, but he went... Okay, because I did like the fact that we didn't know who Sauron was.
Yeah.
Throughout it. I just wish that it had been interesting to watch.
Yeah.
There was some story.
Yeah. I still kind of view the whole show as a good thing because I don't know a lot about the world of Lord of the Rings, as a lot of people nerds do. And the thing is, those people don't know a lot about this show either. So, like, I feel like I'm on equal footing with those nerds. Like, they might recognize, like, oh, that's the place where this happens in the future, but it doesn't distract from the story. So, like, I couldn't say whether the stranger character was, like, we've talked about it, probably was, and I'm still...
It's got to be Saruman, right?
It could be Saruman, but it could be Gandalf.
I feel like nerds will tell us that it's very specific when Gandalf is sent to Middle Earth, and it's the of the age, and this is not that.
Yeah, but also
Saruman goes first, but not for quite a long time, right?
I think the two blue wizards are first.
I watched a YouTube video today and I've already forgotten that. So
Oh, really?
I was ready to be like, no.
I don't know about the other ones, but
He's the most powerful and the one in charge.
Sauron is.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
But
of.
the blue ones he doesn't write about, does he? He kind of forgets about
And
them.
they go off to the east, which is Rune, where this character. The thing is, like, if he turns out to be Gandalf, then it would make sense why he loves the hobbits so much in the now times, recent times. Yeah, there's other similarities as well. I'm leaning towards that, but the thing is, like, we still don't know, so it's fine, whatever. And I quite like the fact that annoying girl, hobbit girl,
specific. Okay.
Nori, is finally just breaking off and going with him. Like, just fine, go, just do it. That's great.
She's annoying, but everyone else is more annoying. So at least for season 2, we got rid of everyone.
That's what I like. I'm like, good, finally good.
This wholesome fiddly-dee-fiddly-die-dee-doo crap is gone. I cannot handle that anymore.
We have to stay together because we're a family.
Nobody
rides alone and nobody goes off trail.
Sing us a song. Oh, how's the wind? Oh, fuck off. My God, 20 minutes of some chick singing as she pulls a fucking cart. Jesus, this is what you spent your money on Amazon. Brilliant.
And I'm glad that her friend Poppy didn't go with her in like a sort of a Samwise Gamgee kind of role.
Please God, please stop.
Great, that's fine.
No.
Lenny Henry's character.
Bye.
What's the point? Was it just to have a famous name in the show?
I guess, but I mean, if that's the best you can afford with all your billions, Lenny Henry.
Did he have to die?
So he can't come back for season 2. But
I mean,
but they didn't care about him, so we didn't care about his sacrifice.
Yeah.
Bye.
I was a bit
I love the bad guys. The 3 bad chicks were fucking brilliant.
She throws that knife and like hits Lenny Henry,
and then it carries
I
on for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
then it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch the sunrise, and then
no,
die.
Dies off screen. But no, I did have a moment of like, oh, he got hit. He's gonna die. Like I didn't expect it.
Fair enough.
But then, yeah, his sort of whatever. Who else? Nobody else died. The fucking mother of the farmers, like the lover of the black elf. The woman who was like bleeding. Like, it was in the whole fight scene, which they had to like sort of burn her wounds. I'm like, that's gross. That's gross. And also, what's gross is when like Arundel, the black elf, was like almost getting sort of poked by he's like stabbed the orc in the eye and all that black blood. And I was like, that's going on a bit long.
It's a bit much. But all for what? For nothing. It's like, oh, we have to protect this village. It's like, I don't care.
Oh, but it was actually the humans,
and then they all got wiped out because of some random volcano, which I know is not random. Who set off the volcano?
The old man with the sword.
Which old man?
The old man.
The one who's like, it's Sauron.
Yeah, and the one who goes to Adar, and says, "We pledge ourselves to you." And Adar's like, "Okay, fine, kill this."
So who's he, and how did he know how to do that?
Because he used to have the sword. He shows Theo.
What's the sword got to do with it?
The sword was the key.
To what?
To unlocking the dam, which bursts, and then
Is that a thing? Is that an important thing that they talked about? The key to the dam to the volcano to the end of the world? Is that a thing?
Arundel mentions it's the key.
Wasn't paying attention.
Okay, when
Boo.
Yeah, of course that's why you didn't like it, because you didn't follow the story.
Because it was
didn't
boring.
Follow the story.
If you can't make me pay attention, me, a co-host of a popular gay geek podcast, if it doesn't hold my attention so that I give a shit about these characters, then it's not doing a good job. You can't say it's like, oh, you have to know, like, it's not engaging enough. It's not interesting enough to be a good show. Like Game of Thrones was slow in a lot of times, and you were transfixed because it's a good show.
Yeah, I think that the whole appeal of that show is not that we're gonna go. Not talking about that show at the moment, but it's all about the interdynamics.
That's a word that we can say.
Sure. Of the families, and how there's like a struggle. There's like one main struggle for the throne. Anyway, but so in this one, because there's so many different sort of storylines, you've got like the Southlanders, and you've got like Luminor. All I wanted was that fucking thing the wave to come and just wipe him out. Gotta wait till season 2 for that to happen. I don't know.
Just wipe them out.
Is that in the books? I don't know why you would know that, but
I don't know, but Luminor's gone by the films.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I believe you. I don't. I'm trying.
I would have seen it on a TikTok or YouTube.
Numenor.
Luminor. Just, yeah.
Luminor.
It didn't land. The affected way they spoke and the cheesy bits of it. It's just, who was your audience? It just didn't
I don't know.
work.
Lord of the Rings nerds.
Even then, it should be a much wider audience. They're spending $1 billion on this. It's just,
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't for lack of trying though. Like you had the sort of
I mean,
the elf and the farmer,
try to fail.
and the kid with the sword, and the sword ends up being a big old MacGuffin, which is fine. He was fine.
But it's gone now. It's over
Story.
and it's done.
Yeah, that's done. That bit's done.
Like, that was so pointless.
What do you know? What's the point of this? That was the whole thing. When Adar finally gets a hold of it, and Galadriel's chasing him down on the horseback, like that was tense. You're like, oh god, it's like this is his whole purpose is getting this sword.
Who's the old crazy guy?
No, Adar.
I don't know who that one is.
The elf who was like the leader of the orcs, who was played by the same guy who played Benjen Stark. Which you haven't thought about. No, that guy.
Okay.
Did you watch this show?
Yeah, I just did not care. It was not interesting.
I liked it. I liked it more than I thought I would. But yeah, I was definitely slow in places.
I liked it far less than I thought I was. I was so excited.
You were so excited for the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course. I think we have us on record of like episode 2.
Oh, you mean you liked it less than you thought you would?
Yes.
As a whole. Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so those good bits. I really like rugged, handsome ship captain dad.
Captain Daddy.
Captain Daddy, yeah, there you go. He's Captain Daddy, there you go. And he's very rough. He's like a friend of the elves, but he's not. And he lost his son, but the son's not dead.
Because it's Isildur.
Because it's Isildur, yeah.
I can't know when he goes.
And the horse fucking went off to go find him, just like the horse from Aragorn's horse did in the show, in the film.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who was the sexiest?
Who was the sexiest? This is what you care about.
Just trying to keep it gay.
Keep it gay.
Because it was not gay.
Oh my god,
In the
it was
slightest.
so not gay.
Not in the slightest.
But we gotta do the current events once in a while. For the show.
No, I mean like the show wasn't gay at all.
I know.
Lord of the Rings wasn't gay at all.
Oh, Lord of the Rings was, yeah. Nothing in Lord of the Rings.
None of it.
Oh my god.
Did any women talk to each other?
Will the incels have a field day when there's a gay character in Lord of the Rings?
I can't wait.
Yeah, there's fucking Galadriel and the Queen had loads of scenes
That's
together.
true, yes. There we go.
The Queen kind of goes over to her side. Okay.
She was naff as well. Anyway. Sexiest. Captain Daddy?
I think sexiest is probably Halbrand. You know. Sauron.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
He's a good amount of sexy.
Yeah.
Like, because I wasn't really, like, looking at him or expecting him to be much. I thought he would be, like, a pirate and generic douchebag throughout most of it. So I was like, we got a little bit of side boob, and that was fun. I was like,
I remember that, yeah.
Fine.
I thought they were going to play him as, like, a sort of, like, Aragorn type
Yeah,
character.
absolutely.
You know?
I've got a troubled past, oh my god, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I
didn't realise that Aragorn is actually a descendant of Isildur.
You didn't notice that. It's like the whole point of the first film. You are Isildur's heir. Like, that's what she says to him the whole time, and he picks up the fucking sword. Did you watch the films? I remember that.
Well, dude, I don't remember that part of it, but now that you mentioned Isildur's heir,
You're
I guess that
Isildur's
would...
heir. It's like the kind of point.
Okay.
And like the sword. And,
what about Isildur's sister?
what about her?
Pointless. I didn't like her.
Oh, yes. So much of the show was pointless.
I'm gonna draw the old king. I'm gonna draw the king.
Oh my god. Who gives a shit?
I don't care.
What the fuck was that about?
She goes upstairs to the Palantir. It's like, okay.
Oh
and then that's it. That's her story end.
I'm drawing the old
She
king.
pulls the cloth off the Palantir, and that's her scene done. Alright, that's a wrap.
Oh. Ooh, we're so excited. I can't wait to see what happens to her in season 2. Oh my god, what's happened? And when it airs in 2 years' time, I'll be like, oh my god, I'm so excited to find out what happens with the...
No.
Fucking ridiculous. No.
Someone pointed out as well, I saw on this YouTube clip, that's the second time we've seen a dying king in a bed mistaking a woman who's standing up for somebody else. Like, wait a second,
Wait a minute, guys. I hope that they just focus on the baddies and the interesting stuff and the magicy stuff. Well, and if you let's get the elves, but like who's in the bottom of the mithril pit and everything like that. Let's get some fights.
Yes. So are we
Balrogs to the Warrogs?
Balrog. I don't. Okay. I don't get. Is there more than one? I thought there was more than one Balrog. And Balrog was like a race or something.
But that's the one that Gandalf fights. I only know that from YouTube. Please don't think I'm smart.
And also, the Balrog is of. I think I told you this before. The Balrog is the same kind of Istari kind of being that Gandalf is from as well.
Yes.
And Sauron.
Like archangels, and then angels is the wizards and the Balrogs.
Yeah.
Balrog. With an L? A rolled L or R?
I think Tolkien wanted it to be pronounced Balrog. No, I'm making it up. I don't know. It's Balrog.
With an L.
Balrog. Yeah. Okay. Balrog. Precious rings. Could have done something like that.
We'll do it for season 2 in 2 years.
Yeah, okay, we'll remember that, yeah.
Say about that.
Has it been renewed for... My precious. It's the name of my sex toy.
Title of your sex tape. My
precious cock ring.
Precious cock rings. Anyway.
Okay. Has it been renewed already for a second season?
I mean,
why not?
Renewed. It's owned by Amazon, so
whenever they wanna.
They've paid for the rights for it. There's no way they won't do another one.
I want to see the Blue Wizards. I want to be a Blue Wizard. No, I'm not old enough. I could put on.
Well, they chose to look old, didn't they? Because they're eternal, so they can choose however will they look. Or very long lived, they could.
They were created to look like old men, so that they are
accepted.
They don't seem intimidating or. People
created by who?
People
and what's the name of God?
By the Istari. Not Ariel. No, that's from Elder Scrolls. Oil.
You're just saying bows now. You're not even trying.
It's like oil or owl.
God.
Owl?
Yeah.
Ariel.
Ariel. Her name is Ariel. No. I don't really care.
Owl. Hang on.
Is it super aligned with Christianity? Because it does feel quite... Because okay, this is probably more of a Silmarillion, Lord of the Rings question, but So Sauron was mates with Morag?
Morag?
Who was the bad guy that they fought before that sunk half the planet?
Melkor. No, he had 2 names. Hang on.
Melkor.
Morgoth.
Okay.
Or Melkor, I think, whatever.
That sounds like it's from something else. I think you've got that one.
Okay.
So he was what, a follower of Morgoth?
Who was follower of Morgoth?
Sauron?
Yes!
Okay. Who the fuck was Morgoth? And wasn't he like a follower of one of them was one of Dude God's mates that fell or questioned? So it was very satanical figure, very Lucifer figure.
Very Lucifer figure. I think Morgoth was the one who...
I want to know more about him and what that fucking thing happened, because that was 20 years and all the elves died and half the planet sank.
And that's how Galadriel's brother... Yeah, it all sank.
All I get this from YouTube. I don't get any of this from the fucking show. It's way more interesting just watching YouTube videos about it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
When they show a map and they're like, this happened 70 billion years ago and it took that. I'm like, fuck yeah, cool. And apparently Gandalf was wearing one of the rings the whole time.
I knew that. I did, and in the very last scene when he's on the ship going over to the Grey Havens, whatever, he there's which I didn't catch, but he pulls his little staff across him, stretches his arms to pull his sleeves down and brings his arm across, and then you can see the ring. The whole point about these rings is that you don't notice them.
I know. I saw that on a YouTube video as well.
Yeah, so Galadriel has one. She's always had one, which we knew, and then the one that So in this show, it looks like Elrond gets one, Galadriel gets one, and then Celebrimbor gets one. But I'm assuming he gives it to Gil-galad eventually, and then Gil-galad gives it to one of his lieutenants, and then the lieutenant gives it to Gandalf.
Elrond doesn't originally get it initially, does he? According to YouTube, someone else gets it, and then they die and give it to Elrond.
Maybe.
Possibly. But the whole point is that no one knows about the rings, and they can't even see the rings apart from like Frodo.
And Gandalf's ring is the one that's meant to inspire hope in people, and that's why when he shows up at the Battle of the Two Towers, everyone's like, "Yeah, we're gonna win now that you're here!" Woo!
Couldn't have been like fire blasts or anything like that. Couldn't have been a cool power ring. Fucking Planeteers had a cooler rings than that. And this one, the one presents hope. What does the water one do? Like fucking hell! Like give us some
water
power.
One.
Because his is the fire one, hers is the water one, and the other one is the air one. And it's anyway.
Is that what they are?
Yeah. Well, again, I'm just quoting what some guy quoted. Anyway, we're off topic from the shows.
I'm looking at this owl.
Owl.
I'll just get rid of that. They're called Ishtar.
The angels.
It does not stand for intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance. No, it does not.
Alright. Maybe we'll do more of our favourite Lord of the Rings YouTube videos.
Here we go.
Things I learned on YouTube about Lord of the Rings.
We should do. All three named wizards appear in Maiar. So the wizards of Middle-earth are Maiar, spirits similar to the godlike Valar, which is where the elves come from, because they were losing the light of Valar, which is why they needed the Mithril to get it back. They were sent by the Valar to assist the free peoples of Middle-earth to counter the Dark Lord Sauron. Blah, blah, blah.
I want to find out more about Sauron. I want season 2 to be like Dear Diary, conquered Mordor. Want to do more like I want it from his point of view, the way we got Thanos' point of view in Infinity Wars. I want Sauron's point of view. I think that's by far the most interesting.
So the greatest Valar was Manwë. And
Manwë.
Aule was one I was thinking of, and he, I'm assuming it's a he, created the dwarves.
Okay.
The end. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
We'll look at this more and see if we can make any other stuff gay.
So the thing is, like, should we smash it past the Valar?
They're all just blobs of light. Smash!
This one's about wind. This one's about water. Smash.
Pass.
This one's about
anal beads.
Anal beads. Where's the Ishtar of anal beads? What would it be called?
No.
Men.
Harder
way.
Just say a load of vowels.
Bum way.
My bum way.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we're talking about it like it's such an interesting world,
but the show was not interesting.
Well, it was definitely slow, but I liked it.
Okay.
So, if you liked it, tell us what your favorite part was. Did you hate it? What was the part you hated about it? Let us know in an email. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at incompletegeeks@gmail.com.
You can also reach out to us on social media, like the cool kids do. I'm on the Twitter at Nick Baker Geek. He's mostly on Instagram at John Marks, JONMARX.
Correct. We also have a TikTok channel.
We do. I haven't posted anything in ages.
No.
Will do. I will do. But that's just Incomplete Geeks on TikTok.
Yeah, it's good fun. Well,
it will be. It will be.
Watch it
when I get back to working on it.
Yeah, let us know. I'm looking it's over now, so I have my fucking time back. It's more time to do things.
Yeah.
What's next on the list? What's the next thing to obsess over? Watch. We got one more episode, two episodes of.
I have one more.
Lord of the Rings.
Of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Oh my god, I said the wrong thing.
One more. But also, if anyone is like a Game of Thrones gay geek expert, please reach out, because there's so much that I think is really fascinating about this, but my level of knowledge is not good. So it would be great to hear from you if we could pick your brains, if you want to come on the show,
Yes.
chat, or just tell us where to look and that sort of stuff. It'd be great.
Where to look? Up there, over there. Which camera? That camera. Where to look?
All right. Okay.
We had a guest on our show recently. We really enjoyed that. We'd love to have another one, so get in touch.
Please do. Yeah, because we don't know. I was going to say we don't know everything. At times I'm not entirely sure I know anything, because despite what we're not complete geeks.
But we are working on it.
Thank you so much for listening.
Okay then. Bye.
Bye-bye.